morning, good afternoon, everyone, or good evening if you're watching this from some other part of the world. I appreciate you joining us. Welcome again to our live stream series where we're talking all things APA International Personalization Expo. This is episode 5, 6, I think. I've just been doing so many of these, and it's just been awesome just meeting a lot of the speakers and a lot of the folks that are helping put together an awesome program for everyone that's going to be joining us in Las Vegas in just 2 weeks. Jessica and I were just talking before we went live. Yeah, time just goes by so quickly for when you're putting together the event, and now we're just 2 weeks, and before you know it, we'll be here. So hopefully everyone that is joining us is excited, whether you're a retailer or supplier, or this is your first time or your nth time, really excited that you'll be joining us. Looking at my notes here for what we have prepared here for our time together, I know as people are joining in, might not be coming in right when we went live, so we'll give a few seconds for people to join us. But as you're joining in, like I mentioned, my name is Angel. And as you're tuning in, let us know in the comments, where you're watching from. I feel like that's always a fun thing to know where people are tuning in from across the country or across the world. I had another fun question here, and maybe we can get a few comments here going. But what's a personalization project that you've been working on in your business that it's just been really exciting or interesting or weird? I think it's always interesting to hear what people are working on around this time and what their customers are telling them.
So as an exhibitor, I would add as an exhibitor, we've been working on our APA trade show display. So that's been a very fun, interesting project. And we've got a great display for this year. So hopefully everybody can make it out and check out what we have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All the pieces are coming together. And then
yes, they are. Or they're shipping to Vegas as we speak.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Let's see. But yeah. APA Expo, just quick recap of when that is, February 24th to 27th. You heard me say it's 2 weeks away at the Horseshoe Las Vegas. We like to say it's the must-attend event for anyone that is in the personalization industry. One of my favorite phrases that one of our other guests from our first episode or second episode, Susan Cox, said that this is a great opportunity, whether you're starting off or scaling up. Really, there's a education, the equipment and tools that you'll see here. I think there's really something for everyone here. So really a great way that we like to talk about this show. There'll be courses on equipment, AI, software, business strategy, workflow. Just you've heard us talking about these things. I don't need to get into the nitty gritty about that. But today's episode, we're going to be talking about the networking opportunities that are at the APA Expo. I'm really excited to be joined by someone I'm happy that I've gotten to know about over the last couple of years, Jessica Heldman-Beck, VP of Marketing at the Romark Group, who also serves as the chair of the membership committee. So Jessica, just so happy that you're joining us here. And could you just share a little bit about yourself, your experience in the industry, just as we start our conversation?
For sure. So I would share that I worked at Romark approximately 1 week before I got on a plane to go to my very first APA show. And I don't know if I'm aging myself, but that was 22 years ago. So it's incredible. I remember that first show. It was so much fun. And, just since then, getting a chance to connect with people has always been so great and one of my most favorite things. But I started out at Romark as a graphic and web design coordinator, and I really have grown in my career and had an opportunity to work with a lot of our different business units, one which is Johnson Plastics Plus. So this year at the show, we'll have a Romark booth and the Johnson Plastics Plus booth. So pretty incredible. I work primarily with the marketing team. I have a fancy title, but it's working with the marketing team, our product development team, and then our customer service team.
It's a lot of eggs in one basket, yeah. And what's like your favorite part of that work that you do at the Romark Group in marketing, Jessica?
It's a great question. I would say I really view that everything that I do has to do with the customer experience, whether it's that new product that they need to add to their business, or learning about our products and the marketing materials that our team puts together, or with working with our customer service team and helping answer customer questions and helping them be successful. So I feel really blessed. It's all about the customer experience and how we can really help people out.
Thank you for that. That's awesome. Building on that, about what's your favorite part of your work? Could you share a little bit about what's been a favorite memory from attending the APA Expo? I know you mentioned you've been to a few of these already, but is there a time that sticks out to you that you'd like to share?
Yes. So my favorite memory is, this was probably about 15 years ago or so. We had a coworker. She was on the sales team. She had passed away. She had lost her battle to cancer. And, one of the things that I love to do is create artwork or memorial pieces to help people celebrate their loved ones. And so we created this giant art display. In memory of the person, and it was interactive, and so we had visitors to the booth place a little token as a memory onto the art piece, and so it created this stunning visual that we did throughout the entire show. And what was so much fun is after the show we sent it to the family, and we're able to connect with them and share all the memories that people shared with us when they came to the trade show booth display. But then to give them that piece of artwork. So it was a piece of the industry. So this salesperson was, just so remarkable and had created so many connections. And then the fact that we were able to share with her family, all the fun stories that people shared with us. So it's interesting to see the art come together and create that memory for people.
Yeah, that's really beautiful, Jessica. Thank you for sharing that. That really just continues to just make me think about just why this industry is just continuing to grow the way it is. We see that items, gifts, whatever it may be, that are personalized and have like that story behind them have just much more impact when they're being received or offered or given to someone. So yeah, I think that's a really, really powerful and beautiful example of that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah. And also you mentioned about the connection, everyone sharing their memories, got to know this person and share their stories about them, and assuming that those connections were built and nurtured while at the APA Expo, not exclusively there, because there's also year-round opportunities for the APA members to engage one another. But moving on to building on that with connecting and networking. Why is networking at the APA Expo just so important in 2026? Just that's the question that's coming up for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's truly just all about the connections. I can't tell you how many times that I've had people come back up to the booth year after year. We get photos taken together. People will share with me their projects. They'll share their stories, what they're looking to do to grow their business. And it's, at the end of the day, I'm just, there to represent products. But it's amazing to see how those products are helping build people's businesses. And, it's just been incredible. Over the years, I've received Christmas cards and people reaching out. Our facility is always open for tours. I'm located in Findlay, Ohio. That's in Northwest Ohio. And we've actually had a couple customers take advantage of stopping in and visiting us and getting a tour. So, it's amazing just that the follow through and the dedication of people and just how caring the community is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I would underscore that point. I've only had the chance to go to the APA Expo. This will be my third one now, but just each and every year as it's gotten bigger and we've seen new folks come in, just seeing the welcoming spirit of people that have been going to the show for a long time to anyone that's new or just has a question. There are no dumb questions. Like when you're trying to improve your business or learn how to do something equipment wise or process wise. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
Networking. There's just so much of it that happens just naturally at the show. And I know today we're talking about some specific events at the expo, but welcome anyone that's in the chat, like other ways that you have found that are beneficial to connect with others. Really welcome you to share those in this chat. But today we're talking about the first-time attendee welcome session, the party on the show floor, Obelisk Gala, and the member breakfast. these events, as Jessica has done a great job of alluding to, are just more than social gatherings. They're opportunities to meet potential partners, reconnect with old friends, learn from one another, and become, a more ingrained part of this community in a really awesome way that's focused on business and also focused, I think, on just, personal growth as well. Going to go through each of these, and Jessica, as I go through each of these, if you could share like a quick teaser about what attendees can expect at this particular program, and who is this event made for.
Sure.
This first one I feel may be a little bit of a straightforward one, but I feel like it's evolved since I've been here. But the First-Time Attendee Welcome Reception, which is happening Wednesday, February 25th at 1 p.m. What's on deck for this session?
Sure. So this is a great event. So if you're a new attendee to the show, we really get a chance to connect and meet each other. And it's for, the show can be a little overwhelming. So you're creating some new connections and meeting with people. And you'll be with a bunch of people it's their first time show too. And we'll play a couple games. We'll share a little bit about who the APA is and how you can grow your business with the APA. So we'll share about that. We're going to have some fun prizes. We'll keep it pretty interactive. And there'll be a trivia game that we'll do as well, and keep it pretty lighthearted. Also, we'll do kind of a TED Talk, we'll say, with Mike Westbrook, who is also on the board of directors, but he's a retailer, and he gives so much to the association and has so many great experiences. And so he'll connect with you also and share his stories. And that one is definitely for your first-time attendees. We will not, if it's your second or third show, I'm sure we'll let you in. But, it's really just a kind of that meet and greet for people who are just getting started.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I believe that the first 250 attendees are getting a special welcome bag.
You do. That's a great point. You do get a great swag bag that will have nice coupons and some samples from a lot of our sponsors for the show, so that you will walk away from this event with something in hand. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. I remember last year people kept asking, oh, where can I get one of those? And, if you want one of those, and also, if you need a refresher too, I don't know if you mentioned that, Jessica, definitely geared towards first timers, but if it's been a while since you've attended or just need a refresher, definitely welcome you to attend this session, as it's one of our favorites because we get to see who's new and whose first time it is at the show. Awesome. Just seeing some of the comments that we're getting. I know Blake mentioned morning coffee is my favorite for making those connections. I love coffee, and I couldn't agree more. I feel like that's a great time, and we also have coffee stations. I think, just a natural way to be meeting people.
Yes, I think a lot of people don't realize that, but there is coffee there. So, and Vegas is expensive. So come to the expo a little early and get a free cup of coffee.
Absolutely. We'll save you some dimes. Jeff Walker, appreciate you joining us. First time showing us as a supplier. We're so excited to be going. Yeah, thanks so much for attending, Jeff. We're so excited to have you. Awesome. That's the first-time attendee session. And if anyone has any questions about any of these, I know there's a lot of logistical information we might be throwing out there, but really just use the chat and let us know if you have any questions. Just talking about programs in 2 weeks. Party on the show floor, another one that's a fan favorite. This is Wednesday, February 25th at 4:30, which is the first day that the show floor is open, because it opens at 10:30 a.m. So that morning on that day, and the show floor doesn't close at the end of the day. We actually continue the party at 4:30. And Jessica, what's the deal with this party on the show floor on Wednesday?
So we have to thank our friends at JDS Industries. They sponsor this event for the association. But as Angel said, it's one of those situations that the show doesn't quite close. We keep going. And so as exhibitors, we're all still in our booth, available for questions and networking. And there's also some cocktails and some hors d'oeuvres. So, it's a lot more casual. It's kind of, as I had said earlier, you just kind of take a big sigh of relief. The first day of the show is over. It's just time to kind of kick back a little bit and connect and have fun. And start creating more of those relationships. I think people will be surprised how many new friendships that they'll make when they're at the APA show.
Absolutely. And also, building on what you said earlier, more food that's included in your registration. No RCP needed for the party on the show floor. So if you already got your show floor pass or you're registered for the expo, you could just walk right in and enjoy the hors d'oeuvres and the beverages, and the community as well.
And
So
yes, yep.
Absolutely. And this ends, I believe, at 6:30, 6 p.m.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah, might be checked on that. Yeah. Awesome. That's all. Both those things are on Wednesday, the first time attendee session and the party on the show floor. Then we move on to our next day, the next special event that we have, which is the Gold Obelisk Award Celebration, or also known as the Gold Obelisk Gala, on Thursday, February 26th at 6 p.m. Jessica, can you give us a little bit of a history about this special event?
Sure. So this is a great event for a community that, we spend our days making awards and recognizing others. It's so rewarding that there's an event that recognizes those who give so much in their businesses, and they're being recognized by their peers. So the Awards Association, the Personalization Association used to be the Awards Association. And so we will mark it with some pretty great achievements of some awards that will be presented at the evening. So it's a great event too. You can get a little bit dressed up or come a little bit casual. All are welcome. Years ago, it used to be a very formal event. This year, in last couple of years, it's been a little bit more casual, but you'll see all types. So, just join us for this event. I believe this is a ticketed event, so people will want to go ahead and get registered for that event in advance. But definitely really a great event to really cheer others on and learn more about different people and what they've done to grow their businesses.
Absolutely. Yeah. And getting tickets for that is pretty straightforward. If you're already registered for the expo, you just go re-log into your registration portal. It's right in the same category where you'll see the education sessions. You can add the ticket right there. And then you'll be all set, as Jessica mentioned, hors d'oeuvres, beverages, and some laughs as well. I'll keep it at that.
It's such a good time. It goes so fast, and it's just so much fun. And it's a great event. It's a little bit more like, again, lighthearted, and very spirited, I will say as well.
Yeah. I really enjoy this event too, because I think in any, not just personalization industry, but focus on this one, I think most people might agree, but just recognition from your peers is just such a powerful thing in any industry you might be, and specifically in this trade. I don't know, it's just been awesome to see people's stories, where they've come from, and just how they've grown, because there's awards for people might be newer to the industry, or awards like the Founders Award or Hall of Fame recognitions. But yeah, if you want to learn more about the categories that we have for that gala, you could visit our website, but you definitely won't want to miss it, because it's an awesome time, as Jessica mentioned, to see the industry's best and celebrate them.
Yes. And celebrate those achievements for sure.
Yeah. I have a question here from Blake. What are the vendor sessions that take place with vendors called? Those are priceless. Such an amazing opportunity to get hands-on and ask the important questions. I think this is the hands-on sessions that we have.
I think so. The Learning Lounge. I think that's what Blake is referring to.
Yeah, we have the Learning Lounge, which is on the show floor, and then the hands-on sessions, those are also ticketed opportunities. So I don't know if it might be either one of those, but Blake, let us know if that answered that question. But we could definitely get back to that. But yeah, the Learning Lounge, other education sessions that are happening on the show floor, definitely won't want to miss those. And then finally, is after the awards gala, Thursday evening, wrap up those festivities. We're now on the final day of the expo, Friday, February 27th, which is the member breakfast and annual meeting, bright and early at 8 a.m. What do we know about this event, Jessica?
So this is the member breakfast. So everybody's welcome. This is, again, breakfast that's provided to you as part of the event. So no extra charge out of your pocket. So you keep winning with us. I think that's the theme here, is now you have a free breakfast to go to. But this is a little bit of the business side, where we'll share some news and information about the APA. And then we'll also induct the new board members for the board of directors. So it's, a fun event. That one is sponsored by my company. So the Romark Group is sponsoring breakfast. So come and have breakfast with us.
Absolutely.
Everybody's welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, you're also on the board as well, Jessica. No? I know I mentioned the Romark Group, just all your titles and membership committee chair and board member. What's that experience been like for you? And here we are a year later.
Here we are. It's, it's great. The fact that I was voted on to be as a member of the board of directors, and it's great to know a little bit more about the APA and, help influence. And, for my responsibilities as the membership chair, we're looking at ways of continuing to grow our membership and keeping people involved and continuing to renew their membership with us. So, we're always looking for new ideas, and we always appreciate feedback too. But it's incredible. This will be my 3rd year on the board, and it has gone so quickly. I can't believe how quick time is going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure working with you, Jessica, and the rest of the board members, and definitely ditto on the feedback piece. I feel like we've taken steps to take everything from past events into consideration. I think this one's going to be our best one yet. So yeah, thank you for everything that you do, Jessica, on the board.
Thank you. Yeah. This is your 5th or 6th live streaming event here, so this is quite the series you've put together.
Yeah, definitely. It's been awesome, and I feel like we've had, I think, teasers or previews of conversations that I think folks would appreciate more of, like just some about trends or what they're seeing in their parts of the world, or if you're from a retailer perspective or supplier perspective. I think we're definitely looking forward to grow this kind of content for our members, or not just our members, for our followers. So yeah, if anyone is interested, in seeing more of these kinds of sessions, not just expo focused, but just live stream conversations with folks of the business like Jessica, or like anyone that we've showcased in the past, to just have candid discussions about the industry, let us know in the comments, or share this with a friend, and that'll give us kind of the notice that we can or should move forward with this. But it's been a pleasure hosting this and bringing it together with everyone, but also just it wouldn't be anything without the folks like Jessica and our speakers and our volunteers and our board members and our attendees and our suppliers and our advertisers. Just whole group effort, as I'm sure everyone knows, when it comes to these kinds of trade shows. So yeah, much appreciation to everyone. We went through that a lot faster than I thought. So first-time attendee session, party on the show floor, Gold Obelisk Gala, member breakfast. I didn't have on my list the learning lounge, but I feel like we can speak a little bit about that. I mean, Jessica, I said a little bit, but anything you'd add on about the learning lounge sessions?
Yeah, the Learning Lounge. So we are also doing one at the show. We are featuring the Epson UV LED printer. And what's nice about the Learning Lounges, and this event goes on throughout the show floor hours. So you don't have to leave the show hall, and you can kind of just stop by the little lounge area, and you'll see a speaker. And so it's a good way to pick up a little bit of education while you're on the show floor. So this is a little bit separate than the other education events, but it's another opportunity. So if you're unsure about education, that's a great way to kind of get started with us. And then you can always check out some of the other education sessions that are being offered.
Absolutely. Yeah, these learning lounge sessions, I believe, are like 30-ish minutes each, versus like the other sessions are like an hour and a half. So more bite-sized nuggets, but
it is.
I mean, still just as valuable that I think people can get out of it. So yeah. Any other events that I might have missed, Jessica, or that you're just in general networking, connection making at the expo that you'd like to share about?
I think one of the other things is really, in all of the connections and networking is, whether it's an exhibitor or another attendee, we're all here to kind of help each other and want to help people grow their businesses. So you're going to get lots of tips and tricks. So if you ever have questions about anything, I think you'll find that everybody's available to help and answer questions, make suggestions. Sometimes I know in the past at our trade show booth, people will come to the booth with questions, and it might not be a product that we sell. So I might be, I'll help you find your way. And, we might be going over across the hall to the other part of the booth displays. But, there's so much information available to you. And I would just say that the more you invest your time into it, so much more you'll get out of this entire event. It'll be really rewarding.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And there's space for all those discussions. I feel like I always see, some couches or some tables or some high boys. There's space for everyone because I feel like that's also just some, ways that people connect. It's just a laptop and they're just looking at something or asking questions or, like connecting on the sofa. But just, you have all the space for people to meet and, share knowledge. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything that we got. Couple last notes. Thank you for everyone again that's joining us, asking the questions, engaging with us on social media. And if you're registered, so excited to see you there. If you're not registered, got a couple weeks left. We do offer on-site registration, but it just makes the process a little bit more seamless if you're able to take that beforehand. But no worries if not. We have registration desk hours on our website, and just finished going over some of our special events. Like I mentioned earlier at the top of our half hour, February 24th to 27th at the Horseshoe Las Vegas. Definitely won't want to miss it. And I think just my last question for you, Jessica, is as I look at the chat, I don't think there's anything else. I know we've kind of been sharing about how to network or just advice. For newcomers, for new attendees, what's one tip that you think would be worthwhile for someone to consider if it's their first time attending the International Personalization EXPO?
Even if it's your first time going to Vegas, or your first trade show, I think it goes without saying, believe it or not, you really do need comfortable shoes. You're going to spend a lot of time on your feet. Everything in Vegas looks so big and you think it's close, but it's not close. Everything's a little bit of a hike. So prepare yourself a little bit as far as the proper footwear for the show. But other than that, it's just really being open and, creating those connections, asking questions, letting others help you. And I think everyone will find it being really rewarding, all the information and education that you'll get from the event itself. I might date myself, but if you have a business card, it's always great to bring those. Or if you have your own little personal QR code, you are going to find that you're going to be trading contact information pretty frequently. I think that many people will find that it's going to be the beginning of a lot of great business relationships for them and growing their businesses.
Yeah, definitely ditto on all that. Comfortable shoes, business cards, and come with openness as well. I think the more you come ready to just take in all the information on your notepad or whatever your device of choice, I think the more you'll get out of it,
Absolutely.
when you're back home on Saturday or Monday or Friday, whenever it is you fly out. Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Jessica. Any last words for Expo viewers out there that you might want to share?
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you. So, please stop by my booth at the show. I am not prepared. I don't have my booth number, but you'll find us. It's the Romark group. It'll be the Romark Plastic and then Johnson Plastics Plus together. But stop by and say hi, and we look forward to seeing you. And as Angel said, just be a sponge and soak it all in.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thanks so much, Jessica. Thanks so much to everyone. What has Richard got for us here? Some of your biggest wow moments will come from just meeting other people who are also in the trenches. Yeah, great way to end it on. Appreciate you, Richard. Yeah, Richard is also our MC for the awards gala, the Gold Obelisk Awards Gala. So shout out to you, Richard. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, and also that perfect note to end on.
It is. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Jessica.
All right,
and we'll see you there.
All right. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.